Each year in this country, 250,000 children are put into the foster care system. These children land in the foster care system because their parents weren't ready to have a child. They lacked stability in different parts, meaning they weren't financially stable, they weren't mentally stable to raise a child, or they just were against abortion and decided to put a child into the foster care, hoping that a family would raise them and love them as their own. Although when one is thinking about adoption, usually it's because, like I said, financially or emotionally unstable to raise one alone. But what about those parents who choose to become single parents through adoption? Children raised in single adoptive parent families are compared to other children adopted by a couple, and both show a healthy involvement with friends and family as well as in the activities of their age group. Meaning couples who have gone through adoption are no different from single parents trying to adopt as well. Creating a family should not be exclusive only for married people or couples. With that said, in the adoption process, it is not easy for the adult, but let alone the child. It is not easy as well. They have to go through different rules, different foods, different people, a different environment as a whole. Foster care through a child's eyes is not easy to read about or see about if there's movies on it. Foster care has children thinking when they're gonna get adopted. They do count their days. They do feel alone most of the time, and it's really sad to know that some of these kids do not want to be in there and want to be loved by a family or by a single parent. And my story that I'm sharing is about a single mother who adopted 2 children as her own. These 2 children had abusive parents, meaning they were into drugs, they were abusive towards each other, basically not in the right stage or mental stage to raise 2 children on their own, 2 parents. And so with that being said, social workers obviously did come and take the children away, and they put them into different foster families. And foster families are people who go through training to raise a child and go through different steps as well, although some of them are not as caring as others. And these 2 children hopped around family to family trying to find one that was okay for them to be in, just okay. And finally, this woman, she is a single mom, keep in mind, but she's also a foster mom, meaning she fosters children into her home as well. These 2 children landed with her, and she raised them as her own. She kept them for years and years. And the social workers saw that, so they allowed those 2 children to be under her care for this long. Well, years passed, and she decided to surprise them on their graduation year. So upon graduation day, she showed up with adoption papers and asked the 2 if they wanted to be a part of their family forever. Of course, they said yes. Tears were shed and emotions arose. And these 2 children were raised by a single parent who decided to adopt these 2 children. And today that the 2 children, one is a brother and the other one is the sister. The brother decided to live on his own, so he's now living on his own with a stable job, and the sister is now in the military as a Marine. This is going to be her 2nd year. And these people are my family, so they are my cousins, and the mom is my aunt. But this story goes to show that a single mother is capable of adopting a children. She had children of her own as well, but she had a loving and stable home for them. Why do single parents choose adoption? It's the same reason as couples choosing adoption as well. Some may not be able to conceive a child as others do. Some go to adoption first because it is their preferred way of building a family. Also, they feel ready. They feel the need to have a child. They have a stable job, stable home. They live in a nice neighborhood, and they want to build a family on their own. And they don't need a partner. Usually, they don't need a partner. They don't want a partner, and that's okay. And also, they have a strong support system as well, meaning they don't really parent on their own. They'll have an aunt, an uncle, cousins, family friends, grandparents, even neighbors to help them, or just have a supportive and listening ear as well. They also have to go through an agency. So an agency is the more preferred way to adopt, meaning they have to go through steps. So not anybody can just adopt a child because this is a big process, of course. So adopting a child, you have to go through many steps. You have to pass qualifications in order to obviously adopt a child. And men often have more difficulty for some reason. They have more intimate questions like their sexuality, who they live with, motives, friends, all that kind of stuff. But with that being said, there are also different networks and websites to help parents get mentally ready for a child. Although you do have to expect the unexpected. There are going to be difficulties, there are going to be ups and downs, but this shouldn't discourage you from adopting as a single parent. Single parent adoption should be encouraged and promoted more often. I'm going to give you this quote unquote, "You have to believe that there is a child somewhere in the world waiting for you." That sparked something inside of me. I hope it sparks something inside of you as well. Thank you.